So now design tensile strength of member. Okay, design tensile strength. Design tensile strength. So obviously design tensile strength is nothing but, what is the design tensile strength? So in all these three criteria, so what are those three criteria? Cross section yielding. So first we have to calculate the design strength in cross section yielding, and then design strength in net section rupture, and then design strength in block shear failure. So we have to calculate the design strength in all these three, and out of these three, whichever is minimum, that is considered as a design tensile strength of that member. Okay, so first, so what is the first here we have to take? Design tensile strength. Design tensile strength in cross section. So it means cross section yielding. Okay, so now cross section yielding, what is meant by cross? So if you see the connections, mainly bolted connection, to make bolted connection, some of the area, some of the material of the member should be reduced or not for drilling the hole, so that the sectional area is going to reduce. Clear? So that sectional area is going to reduce. So if the reduction, the section where the sectional area is going to reduce or reduced is known as net section, but before that it is cross section. So before taking, so once I'll explain this within a bolted connection that we have already discussed in our bolted connections, introduction of bolted connection itself, but here also I'm going to discuss with the bolted connection. If I take bolted connection, you'll understand with much clearly. Okay, with much clarity, we are having the much clarity about this cross section yielding if I explain with the bolted connection. Of course, welded connection also we can explain, but for welded connection there is no reduction of area. Clear or not? There exists reduction of area only in bolted connection. So by using bolted connection, I am going to explain it. So this is two plates or two members connected by using a cover plate. So obviously it is a double covered joint. So we have provided here bolts. So here where the force P is there. So as we discussed in the beginning of the bolted connection itself, the load P from here to here is taken by the main plate itself. After that, bolts start taking the load, and then they transfer to the cover plate, and they transfer to the bolts on the next side, and from these bolts the load finally transferred to the other plate or other member. Clear or not? So now in transferring the load from here to here, it means till the beginning of the bolts. Okay, in transferring the load from this end or from here to till the beginning. So bolts are not started yet. So till the beginning. So the load P is taken by this plate P, this plate, okay, or this member. So now chances are there for this member to yield in transferring load from here to here. So if it yield more than permissible, or if it produce elongation more than permissible, that is known as yielding. So yielding is nothing but producing the elongations more than permissible. So in transferring the load from here to here, if material yields, then that is known as failure. Then that is known as cross sectional yielding failure. So here cross section yielding means the material is not going to break or not going to divide into two parts, but simply it is going to produce elongations more than permissible. That is known as cross section yielding. So in transferring the load from here to here, it may yield, means produce elongation more than permissible. So now in this criteria we have to design. So now design tensile strength in cross section yielding. Okay, design tensile strength in cross section yielding. So what is the strength formula? Strength formula is equal to stress into area. Agree or not? So here which stress? Here the material is yielding. So as the yielding is there, so stress to be considered is yield stress Fy. And factor of safety to be used is 1.1. So whenever the structural steel is yielding or buckling, the factor of safety to be used is 1.1. Or if it is a fracturing or rupture, then 1.25 we have to use, and stress to be used is Fu. Okay. So Fy 1.1. Agreed. That is the stress into area. So gross area. So this is the design tensile strength in cross section yielding. TDG, design tensile strength in cross section yielding, is equal to Fy by 1.1 into Ag. So stress into area, that's it. So area to be considered is gross area. So no need to direct the bolt holes. And then stress to be considered is yield stress, and factor of safety is 1.1. So this is the design tensile strength in cross section yielding. So for plates, what is the area? So if we take plates, so this is B. So for plates, so Ag is nothing but B into T, that's it. Okay, area of B and width, this is the width B and thickness is perpendicular to the board, that is the area which is undergoing tension. So that is the gross area, B into T. Clear, very simple thing. So this is the design tensile strength in cross section. So the next is design tensile strength in net section or net section rupture. So in this, it is different for plates and for angles. So first let us discuss for plates and later we go for angle. So now if we see for plates, so net section rupture, what is meant by net section? So where the area is going to reduce. So where the area is going to reduce? At the location where we have provided bolts, at that location area is going to reduce, as I showed in the previous diagram. So now in this case, the net section rupture, the design tensile strength in net section rupture is again stress into area. But here which stress is going to consider? We should consider net section. Clear? As that net section, what is happening? It is going to rupture or it is going to tear. So I guess I have shown in the beginning classes, it is how the tearing is going to take place. Yes or no? So in that tearing, the material is going to divide or broken, or it is going to break, or it is going to divide into two parts. So for that, we have to consider the stress Fu. Why? Because it is fracture. And whenever we consider the ultimate stress, we have to use the factor of safety 1.25 into An. This is the net design tensile strength in net section rupture. Area into stress. So stress is 0.9, Fu 1.25 into An. Now here how to calculate this A net. Okay, as whenever we are discussing the bolted connection, there I have skipped this topic. Means calculation of tensile strength for plate, okay, or for a member. So here I am going to explain this. So first we have done with design tensile strength of design tensile strength in cross section yielding. Now the second case. This is the formula. So now calculation of A net. Let us see the calculation of A net for the plates. So the topic here is calculation of A net for the plates. Means net area. An is nothing but net area. So first, for chain bolting. So what is chain bolting and how it is provided, we are discussed in detail. So again, I am not going to show the diagram. Directly I am giving the A net. So what is the critical section for main plate? In tension 1-1. Yes or no? So this already we have discussed. So that is what I am not going to repeat the diagram. So An is equal to B minus N1DH. N1DH into T. So B is the width and N1 is the number of bolt holes present at the critical section, that is 1-1, and DH is the dia of the bolt and T is the what? It is the thickness. Now B for diamond. So for diamond bolting, An is equal to B minus DH. Only one bolt hole will present at the critical section. Only one bolt hole will present at the critical section, that is 1 into T. Agree? So now let us see for the third type of bolting, pattern of bolting, that is for staggered. So we know that staggered is nothing but zigzag. So this I am going to explain clearly. So this is the interface and this is cover plate. So this is how the bolt is provided. So if you observe, no one bolt is in the same line with other bolt. Clear? So now the center to center distance between these two bolts is known as pitch. This is known as staggered pitch. And for this. So pitch changes from bolt to bolt here. Clear? This is the pitch, and we know that gauge. So gauge is in the direction of force is a pitch. If the measured in the direction of the force is pitch, measured in the perpendicular direction is known as gauge. Okay. Now in this case, failure plane will be like this. So along this plane it will break. Okay, so now A net in this case is B minus N1 DH plus sigma P square by 4G into T. So B minus, so N1 is the number of bolts in the critical section. So this 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the critical section. Okay, is the critical. So N1 is the number of bolt holes in that critical section in this case. So in this example, how many bolt holes are there? N1 is equal to 3. Agree or not? And summation. So we have to take the summation. How many times we have to take summation? That depend upon the inclined lines. Here, how many inclined lines are there? 2 inclined lines. So how many inclined lines are there? Those many times summations we have to take. So in this example, how this formula we have to write? Net area AN is equal to B minus 3DH plus P1 square by 4G1 plus P2 square by 4G2 into T. So this is how to write this formula. For staggered bolting, this is how to calculate A net. This is for plates only. Okay, so this all calculation of A net is for plates. Okay, so first take it out. So diamond and chain bolting we have discussed in detail. That is why I have not given the diagrams also. Once repeat or once go through the previous class sessions. Okay, in the previous sessions we have discussed in detail. Clear? So that is why I have not shown the diagram, but you concentrate on the staggered bolting here. So this is how to calculate A net for the staggered bolting. Okay. So this is for plates. Next, let's go for the angles. So the next is, now we are going to calculate the design tensile strength in net section rupture for angles. So far what we have discussed is for plates. So first I will show you I will give the diagram and later I will show you the diagram. So first I will give formula. So design tensile strength for angle. Okay, design tensile strength for angle in net sectional rupturing TDN. So it is, so same permissible stress into area. So here the permissible stress so this is the formula. So it seems to be big, but it is very simple. So I'll explain each and every term. First, I will show you the diagram. I'll show you the cross section. Okay. So this is the gusset plate. So to this gusset plate, we have connected an angle like this. Okay, this is the angle we have connected. Okay, so this is the width of this outstand and this is width of the connected leg. So if you observe, angle consists of two legs. So this is one leg and this is another leg. So this is unequal angle. So unequal angle with longer leg connected to the gusset plate is the best suited as a tension member. Okay, once I may repeat, unequal angle with longer leg connected to the gusset plate is the best suited as a tension member. Now if you observe, this is considered as a outstand and this is considered as a connected angle. Yes or no? Why? Because it is simply, there is no connection for this outstand. So that is why it is considered as a outstand or unconnected leg. And this is connected to the gusset plate. So this is why this is called as, that is why this is called as connected leg. Okay, outstand and connected leg. So the width of the outstand is W and width of the connected leg is W1. Agree? Width of the outstand is W1. So now, if you observe here, each and every term here. So first I'll explain each and every term here. We know Fu. So Fu is ultimate tensile strength. So we know 1.25 and 0.9 is the reduction factor. So now A and C. So what is A and C? Net area of connected leg. Okay, net area of connected leg. So if you observe here, what is the net area of connected leg? If we take the angle, we can divide it like this. So this is the thickness. So here it is thickness and here it is the thickness. This is T and this is T. So what is the gross area of connected leg? So what is the gross area? So if you see the area, so first I am going to calculate the area of the connected leg. So if you see the area of connected leg, AC, area of connected, what is its area? W1 into T. Agree or not? What is the area of this outstand or unconnected leg? W into T. So total area AC into G. So AC plus AG. But if you do like this, there is a overlap portion, yes or no? So W1 into 2 is this one. So W1 into 2 is this one and W into T is this one. So there exists a overlap. So for that reason, I am going to consider, I am going to divide that overlap as half. Okay, overlap as half. So that to get AC, how to get AC? So from that W2, I am going to subtract T by 2 into T. Do you agree or not? In the same way, here also I am going to subtract T by 2 into T. It means this is. So that this is the overlap portion, the shaded one. So I am going to divide the one triangle to this leg and another triangle to this leg. So that is a square and half of the square is a triangle. So half of T into T by 2. That is the area. So this is the AG. So gross area of connected leg and gross area of outstand. Now to get net area A and C. So how to get A and C? So from this we have to deduct this whole DH. Agree or not? So now to get this W minus DH minus T by 2 into T. That is the net area of connected leg. And if you see AG naught, so AG naught is the gross sectional area or gross area of outstand. So if there is no hole in outstand. So if you see outstand, simply W minus T by 2 into T. So AG naught is gross area of outstand leg. Gross area of outstand leg. So these are the things. Now if you observe beta, so beta is nothing but a reduction factor to take care of shear lag effect. See here, this leg is connected and this leg is unconnected. Now chances are there for the non-uniform straining or not? Obviously, and that too where the non-uniform straining takes place in the outstand. So obviously, as the shear lag effect is in outstand, we have to multiply the reduction factor to the outstand only. That is why this formula is divided like this. So now beta is the reduction factor. Beta is a reduction factor. It is to take care of shear lag effect. So now if you observe beta, the formula given by the code for the beta 1.4 minus 0.076 W by T Fy by Fu Ts by Lc. So this is the formula for beta given in the code book. So first you take it down, later I'll explain each and every term in that formula. So if we observe the terms in that beta, so that I'm going to explain by taking bolted connection and welded connections. If we see the bolted connection, so this is a gusset plate. Of course I have shown, but here I'm showing in the different angle. Clear? So in this is W, we know that. Width of the outstand in bolted connection. in welded connection. Okay, so now if you see that formula beta, so here I'm going to write once again. So beta is equal to 1.4 minus 0.076 W by T Fy by Fu and then Bs by Lc. Agree or not? So now if you see this formula W, so W is nothing but this is width of the outstrand, so that is W. T is nothing but thickness of the angle. Okay, quite obvious. Fy is nothing but, what is Fy? Fy is nothing but yield stress. What is Fu? Ultimate tensile stress. Now coming to Bs. So in this case, Bs is nothing but Bs is equal to W plus X minus T. So X is nothing but this is X. So if you add W plus X, so there is a, so W is nothing but this is W. So X again, in X also there is T. So this is T. So simply subtract, this is Bs. So the Bs is nothing but W plus X minus T. And coming to this case, in welded connection, what is Bs? Bs is nothing but simply W. That is Bs. Now what is Lc in this formula? So in this reduction factor, in this formula, Lc is the length of the connection. So length of the connection is nothing but from the first line to the last line of the bolt. So for weld we know what is length, L effective. So for bolt, for the first line to the last line, that is known as length of the connections. Clear? This is the reduction factor. So take it down. So this is the tension, design tensile strength for an angle in net section rupture. So now the same formula. So what is the formula? Once again I'm going to write that formula. So I'm going to rub this. So tell me the formula for the design tensile strength for an angle in net section rupture. So what is it? TDN is equal to 0.9 Fu by 1.25 ANC plus beta Fy 1.1 into Ag naught. Clear or not? So this is the formula. So now this formula is valid for, so not only for angle, but this is valid for this formula is valid for double angles. So I have shown the diagrams. Okay, whenever, so when we are discussing about the pitch and tack rivets or tack bolts, they have shown the double angles back to back and same side. Clear? So this formula is valid for double angles with or without tack bolts, comma channels, comma I section, etc. So for plate we have discussed. So except for plate, all types of rolled steel sections, the formula for design tensile strength in net section rupture is, this is the formula. Okay, so 0.9 Fu by 1.25 into ANC. So this is the permissible stress into area of a connector leg, and this is the permissible stress into area, gross area. Why? Because there is no holes. Okay, no bolts are provided. So gross area we should take, and beta is the reduction factor. If it is a weld, for NC also take cross area only. No need to deduct bolt holes. So if a welding is provided, then there is no hole. So here simply provide a calculator, simply provide the gross area here for connected leg also. No need to provide net if it is welded connection. Clear? So this is the formula. Okay, so this is the design tensile strength in net section rupture for plates and angles and I section and channels and double angles, whether they are tack bolted or not. So for everything the same formula is valid. Okay. Now what is the third case here? Block shear. Okay, third is the block shear. Design tensile strength in block shear. The next, design tensile strength in block shear. So again here we are having the two cases. So first again I will give you the formula, later I'll explain. So for shear, yield and tension rupture. So we know that yielding is not breaking or it is not dividing into the pieces. So in shear it is going to yield, but in tension it is going to rupture. So in this case, shear yield. So whenever yielding is there, we have to use yield stress Fy. And factor of safety to be used is 1.1. And as it's a shear, we have to use additional factor, that is √3. So this is the permissible stress. And as it is yielding, so we have to use gross section. So AVG. So gross section area in shear. Next. And here the tension rupture. So whenever there is a tension rupture, 0.9 Fu by 1.25 ATN. Net area we have to take. So this is the formula for shear yield and tension rupture. Next. For tension yield and shear rupture. So for this, so tension, in tension it is going to yield. So whenever it is yielding, we have to take Fy and 1.1, and area to be considered is TDG. So gross area and tension. Plus here shear is going to, in shear it is going to rupture. Okay, in shear it is going to rupture. Shear is going to cause rupture here. So now we have Fu by √3 we have to take, and 1.25 into AVN. So out of these two, whichever is minimum, that is taken as a design tensile strength in block shear, and total 3 out of 3 which is minimum, that is taken as a design tensile strength for a member. Okay, so take this formula. So how to calculate AVG and ATN I will explain within a diagram or with an example. So first you take it down.